One day I was sitting in my room all alone and I realized I want to code something. But not just anything, not some generic app like a to-do list or something. I want to make something that makes me that cash moolah, that bread, if you know what I mean. So while I was brainstorming, and by brainstorming I mean asking ChatGPT, because AI took away my ability to think for myself, I came up with a brilliant idea. I'm going to make a bot that automatically finds me the best deals on Facebook Marketplace and sends them directly to me so I don't have to do anything. The goal by the end of today's video is to see if I can make a successful flip using this bot. So stick around to see how I make it and see if I can achieve this goal. ChatGPT cooked up this fire plan, so we're just going to use that. To get this app working, we need 4 main components. First, we need the scraping part, which is all the code that grabs all the data from Facebook Marketplace. Second, we need the front-end UI, which is the design and controls of the app. Next, we need the hardest part, which is the analysis part. This will determine which phones are actually profitable and not scams. We will need to make sure this part is good or the app will be ass. Finally, we need the automation, which will send the profitable phones to me when it finds one. Now that we know what to do, let's start building. So I downloaded Python and spent some time learning Playwright, which is a Python tool that lets me control the browser, which we're going to use to get all the data. So to make this bot actually work, we're going to use Playwright to go into Facebook Marketplace and get all this sexy data like the price, the title, and the location. And then we're going to store it in a database so we could use it later type shit. Alright, ChatGPT gave us our first script, and let's just pray to the AI gods that this works. So let's run it, and if this doesn't work, I'm going to have a long chat with ChatGPT and make him do some more unpaid labor. So, as expected, it does not work, so let's just try this again. Alright, so ChatGPT got us another script, so let's go ahead and copy that John and paste that John right in here. This has to work. If it doesn't work, we will not have a bot at all, so we better pray that this works, because if it doesn't, we're kind of screwed. Alright, the moment of truth is coming up. If we see data appear at the bottom, that means we did good. So, hey, let's go. As you can see, it works, but it only gets a pathetic 24 listings, and we need more than that. Alright, we got the first part working. As you can see, we have 100 listings, so we got all this data, and now let's get on to the second part so we have somewhere to store it.
500 cigarettes.
Okay, first version of the UI is made. It displays all the data and you can scrape using the button. I know it's amazing, but I still have stuff that I want to add. We made some progress. We added the persistent database that stores the data you scraped and doesn't delete, but it stores everything including duplicates, and that's bad. We added a new listing tab that shows you what you added to the database, and then we added an analysis button, but we aren't making that yet because we still have work to do and we are not done. So ChatGPT, you do not get a break, my friend. Okay, so we are done with the front end for the most part, and as you can see, we have this freshly scraped data right here. When I click add to storage, it does not, because there are duplicates, and that's good. So in the new listing tab, it shows you when you last added all the data. So this is the front end, brilliantly prompt engineered. So now we finna try the analysis part.
Bro, they tried to nerf us at the door because our fits were too fucking hard. I'm being dead ass. They were like, you can't come in wearing that, because Carson was wearing.
Okay, so we need to make an algorithm that determines how much a phone is worth and then checks the listing to see if it is profitable. To find out how much a phone is worth, we need to check 3 things for now: the model of the phone, the storage of the phone, and if the phone is unlocked or locked. With these 3 things, we can get a pretty good rough estimate of how much a phone will be worth. So I had a quick chat with my business partner, and I gave bro the spreadsheet and told him what I wanted, and he just went straight into making my thing. So I think we got the working script now. Alright, so in our application, we'll go to the persistent database. Yeah, I know you're impressed. We're going to click analyze. Then we should go to the analyze tab. Yep, analyze tab, and it kind of works. As you can see, it separated all the listings, and now it identified some of the models. It got some of the storage. But overall, I'm happy with the results. I mean, it was able to identify a lot of the phones and models and some of the storages, but we just need to have a couple fixes. So we're just going to go talk with our friend a little bit more, and then hopefully we'll come back with a fucking fix. Alright, now we finna click analyze, right? Go to the analyze tab, and boom, baby. You already know we got those listings here. They all look pretty profitable, and yeah, I'm happy. Now we're done, right? Hell no, we're not done. I'm not settling for this mediocre trash bot. You know what they say, if you're not ahead, you're behind. So let's get ahead. Alright, so we have a couple problems with our code. Take a look at this little asshole listing. You see that little suspicious code? Take a gander at the price. You see that 107, 101, 107, 104? And then this one also has a weird little code. Well, all the listings with a little code at the end are scams. Alright, so direct your attention to listing 16. Alright, we got an iPhone 16. It's 200 bucks, 215 profit. Wow, that is really good. Let's go take a look at the listing and see if we can buy this, you know? Okay, and it is iCloud locked and for parts only, so that's great. So how are we going to fix all these issues? Well, right now, our analysis script looks like this. But don't worry because we're hiring John. John is an AI model that's going to make sure these phones aren't ass. John's going to look over all the listings that our baby analysis script deemed profitable. Then he's going to remove all the listings with a suspicious code. Next, he's going to go to each of the remaining listings, visit the URL, grab all the data, then bro's going to decide if it's a good or bad flip. Alright John, you're officially hired. Let's see how you do on your first day. Just go ahead and start analyzing. Okay, great start John. You got all the data. You can see that it is iCloud locked, so you saw that part. Let's see what else you have to say. Decision good? Come on John, we discussed this in the prompt. Locked phones are bad. Alright, it's your first day on the job, you know. Let's see your reason. The phone is an iPhone 16, which is a relatively new and popular model. It's not damaged majorly according to the listing, and it's unlocked. We don't have to talk about that, but we got another AI employee. I don't care enough to give him a name, but here he is, and bro produces way better results than John ever could. Adding an AI model was actually a great idea, and now I'm really confident in this bot. I ran one scrape, and out of the 100 listings that were found, only 3 of them passed the first 2 checks that weren't AI. And then if we move to the right, we can see that all 3 of these were marked as bad by our AI. This is a good thing because we need to make sure that the phones the bot picks are to the utmost quality of phones. Alright, it has been 3 days and I have finally finished the bot. It was a little bit torturous, but I finished it, and I also got a webcam, so you'll be probably seeing that. Boom, here it is. We got the scrape tab, the all listing tab to store all listings, new listing to store new listings, analyze to filter through the bad listings, final decision to have the AI make the final decision, and then the new automation tab. As you can see, it looks pretty fancy here. We got the stop automation. We got this text here that like prints cool stuff, and yeah, this is how it works. Every 30 minutes, the automation activates, and basically what it does is it uses the scraper tab, then it adds everything it scrapes into the listing database, and then it finds the new listings, goes to the new listings tab, analyzes all of them, and then finally it uses the AI analysis, and then any profitable listings it finds get sent to me via Discord, so I get a notification. Alright, results. I left the software running for like about a week, and we got some good phones sent to the Discord, as you can see, right? But it wasn't what I was expecting. The AI was low-key retarded, and I had some accuracy issues. Like take a look at this real quick. So our AI was deciding a flip on a scam phone, which means the price was good, like insanely good. Like if a toddler looked at the price, they would mark it as good. And bro said bad because the listings or the description said a different storage than the listing. And the program automatically defaults to 128 gigabytes if it couldn't find a storage in the title. So this is just the type of stuff that like kind of ruined the whole program. Honestly, I probably could have fixed all those issues with like a better AI model or something, but I can't be bothered to do that, so I'm not going to. But yeah, in conclusion, sold 0 phones, made 0 money. I still have to work my minimum wage job, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it and making this program. It's my first video, so I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's entertaining, I don't know anything. So yeah, leave some feedback if you could, but subscribe and like.